This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody. We had a super special guest on the show
I'm
today.
here every day.
No, not you, Nathan.
Oh.
This man.
What?
Hello.
That's Adam Gilchrist, everybody. Over the podcast Prairie Fire fame.
Prairie Fire, yeah, absolutely.
Best
We're
time.
rival podcasters at the moment.
Yeah, clash. I like your attitude that you're happy to promote the fellowship of,
yep,
of
we
other
are.
rivals.
Yes,
We are.
Yes.
We don't even know where to find our podcast, to be honest. What we're doing right now is our only involvement. So, of course, Gilly was on today. It
Yes.
was fantastic.
Luke Darcy was on the show as well, previewing the final.
What was your other favourite thing from today?
Sean's description of tofu.
That's
Very
flash
clever.
food.
We'll bung that in. Why not?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Emma
That was
O'Driscoll
really
from the AFLW's dropped by.
She was very funny, actually.
Yep. And we talk about got people being forced to go out into that storm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty
big time.
wild.
And when you've never been so embarrassed as well.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean.
On Nova 937.
It is 4 minutes past 6. Nathan, Nat and Sean. Nat's still coming in from the office because we're not going to be here tomorrow.
We're having a later
We're having
meeting.
a day off. So this is basically our last day before our break, and the wheels
Some
are
of us
down
have
or up.
checked
We
out
can
already.
never work out. I know part of the plane wing is scraping across the tarmac.
As I say to the kids in footy, it's moment by moment this morning.
Yes.
It is,
Stay in the
Sean.
zone.
It is, Sean. You just got to think, can I get through the next 10 seconds? And then when you do, you reset.
It's questionable. So
You can do it. You can bear anything
Literally.
for 10 seconds.
10 seconds at a
1800
time.
seconds to get through.
You know, you're only a what if away from a holiday with whatif.com.
You could go to the dentist or all the kids' sports.
But what if it was a weekend on the coast instead? Book hotels, holiday rentals, apartments, and more.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Ellie, sound a little croaky.
You all right?
I know, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Harry got one of Ellie's famous text messages this morning. Harry, what was it? Let's read.
Harry.
Let's read out the exchange.
Let's get it out. Let's get it
Let's
out.
get it out.
It's nice.
It's for the people.
What do you mean?
It's nice.
Harry,
We're transparent here.
4:57 a.m.
Yeah.
Please, can I have news as late as possible?
So that's the 5:30
I am
news.
so sorry.
yeah, see?
So what time
And then I made
Yeah,
it.
Harry.
you made it to the 5:30 news?
The thing is, last time I said...
Because this happens regularly, by the way.
What time is news this morning? Can we make it as late as possible? What do we say? It's in 30 seconds.
We said it's in 30 seconds, Ellie. You better step on it.
Ellie, for future messages, I'd rather... I need it at this time.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't
yeah.
know what's going on. Like how late.
Yeah,
you're
we don't know
gonna
how
be.
late you're being. And then the best thing is, after that text message you sent, Ali sent this morning about getting news on as late as possible, she just strolled on in casually. I thought someone sending that message would have piss-bolted
Would have been in
And she
a bit of a
strolled
rush.
on in.
Sorry,
Just smelling the flowers.
I was at the opening of Mary Poppins last night. I was having a good time. Sorry.
Well,
Did you get here by umbrella this morning?
Yeah.
to the newsroom?
Well, with this wind, you're getting
Yeah, well, yesterday you would have, that's for sure.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Claire, who was on Married at First Sight with Jesse, the
Okay.
long-haired, dirty-haired guy from
Oh, yes.
Perth,
Yep.
their marriage celebrant.
Sure.
Yep.
She was out for dinner in Melbourne and she wanted to have a lovely meal by herself, something that I don't do.
No.
I don't like going out
and what's the
eating by
reasoning?
myself. It's ridiculous. It's my perception of other people's perception of me, where in reality, no one's really looking
No
at
one
you.
cares. They're having a
But
good time.
I feel like everyone there is talking to each other going, what a loser.
I feel the same, Nate. It's not just you. I look at those people and go, oh, that's so sad. But then when you're there
They're
doing it
living their
yourself,
best
Nat,
life.
I know, but when you're doing it
So
yourself,
good.
you're like, oh, how good's this?
It is, it's awesome.
Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry, mate.
Anyway, she did not have a good experience.
Why, what
Claire.
happened?
Well, let's hear from her herself.
I have never been more embarrassed in my whole entire life. So I have no drama whatsoever going for dinner by myself. I don't get my balls broken. I ate what I want. I waited in line, mind you, for 25 minutes. I got in, I got my table, I sat down. They're like, oh, how long till your second person comes? I'm like, there's no second person, it's just me. And they're like, oh, no, sorry. Minimum 2 people. Yeah, no, but it's just me. And they're like, no, sorry, miss, you have to go outside. And I got kicked out of a restaurant for being alone. I am so embarrassed. What a loser.
How embarrassing. That would happen to me if I finally got the guts to go out for dinner by myself. Something like that would happen to me.
So, such a popular restaurant, they have that's their thing. Clearly.
So anyway,
That's ridiculous.
Claire's
Yeah, no, I
gone
agree with
on
that.
to say she understands that some places
Yes.
have a minimum 2-person policy. So she said restaurants need to keep an open mind that not everyone is in a relationship.
Yes.
Imagine the shame for someone who's told that they can't dine there alone, or if they've just lost their partner.
Oh, there's lots of people
Or
that
anything.
travel for work
Yep.
or whatever, and they don't want to sit in the hotel.
Yep.
They want to get out and patronise these places, and they're like, "Oh no, there's not enough of you. Sorry, you alone are not enough."
So Sydney chef Luke Mangan, he jumped into the conversation and said that solo diners are more than welcome at his venues.
That's nice, thanks, Luke.
And then he says this quote, and we'll need to discuss it for at least a week. When I do a restaurant, I make a place for a bar because single diners want to sit at the bar and talk to the barman.
Well, and to be fair, the barman's got a job to do.
true.
So.
It is not true.
It's not
I'm
true.
a single person. I don't want to go to a bar. You know what it is? Couples and everyone gets tables. You sit up here in a line, and no, I don't want to speak to him. I'll speak to you when you give me a drink, but I'm not there to have a conversation with you.
Some people are there to shoot the breeze, and otherwise they're bored as, so they're just trying to strike up a
I
conversation.
don't know. I think that's a very big generalisation
Yeah, I
about
think that
single
is-
people.
Yeah, that's
Natalie.
right. That's right. I mean, I think sitting them at the bar is more about getting them off the tables for two and onto the
know.
seat for
Oh,
one.
yeah, that's clear. That's clear.
Look, Claire says that she's never been more embarrassed in her life, and you know when something's happened to you, that embarrassing thing to your core. And I'm not going to use the person's name, but something happened here on air with us. Probably was it last year? The person in the other room taking the phone calls had taken a call from one of our listeners and given their name, and say we'll call her Leanne.
Yep.
And the name Leanne was put under there, and then underneath it was like, oh, this is a guy.
That's what it said on the screen.
Yeah,
that's what they wrote to us.
This is a
so we
guy.
could
And I
see.
went like, oh, okay. And so then we spoke to Leanne, and, you know, and I went, oh, hi, Leanne, how are you? Before we get into it, I just want to say, Leanne's a weird name for a guy. And then Leanne says, I'm a woman. I would never be more mortified in my life.
It was great. I moved my chair really quickly away from you.
And I could hear that Leanne was a woman, but she just had a very low voice, and I can understand how some people could think. But the fact that it was written there, and then
It's mortifying.
It's that, and when I pulled the hair out of that girl's cheek.
Yeah, that was
when I thought it was a
classic.
loose hair on a thing. Oh, and then I went, oh, you just got something on your cheek, and then I pulled basically a ponytail off her face.
I don't know that you're that embarrassed when that happened, Nathan, because you've dined down on that story for years.
No. Well, you tell people your embarrassing stories.
Do you think that
Do you not?
that person would have been? Because
She was probably more embarrassed.
No.
than you
I
were.
was more embarrassed than I feel like I was more embarrassed. Oh, for me, I was really embarrassed for that. I just thought that was horrible for I think both of us.
I know, but you got to lock it away. Go, yes, that's going to be so funny when I tell everybody.
We want to know. You've never been more embarrassed in your life. What happened? It's pretty simple.
Get it off your chest. It'll be like therapy.
Compensation is cold hard cash. That's
Oh,
right.
yeah, that'll do
Someone
it.
is going to win $200. Uniquely Aussie experiences are only a what if away. Book your next trip on the What If app. What if it's Aussie for travel? But what if's going to give someone $200?
All right, it's a pretty simple question. Just tell us about that really traumatic, totally embarrassing moment in your life.
Loser.
Rachel, hello.
Hello.
Hey, Ray.
Rach, talk to us about that truly mortifying, embarrassing moment.
So a few years ago, we'd moved over from England, and I had my nan living with us at the time as well. And I got invited to a friend of a friend's house for pre-drinks before we went out. And not been there very long, and this lady walks into the room, and she's wearing like a white nightie. And I turn to the guy and I say, "Oh, you've got your nan living with you as well?"
Yeah.
And he just looked at me mortified, and he said, "No, that's my mum."
Oh.
And it was just, it was so embarrassing, and it was like a really long night.
Yeah. This is the thing about long nighties. They really throw you off.
They
because
force you to make assumptions, don't they?
Nowadays, white nighties are only used by very elderly people
Yes.
or ghost women.
Yes, Victorian ghosts.
Victoria goes.
You know? So I can see
Be
where you went
careful.
wrong.
Like, go and invest in some Peter Alexander pajamas
Yeah,
or
good
something.
call.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rachel. Emmeline, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Emily.
Right, okay. Talk to us about your most mortifying, embarrassing moment.
Yeah, so I was 14 doing my hairdressing apprenticeship in Leederville, and I was asked to wash out a client's hair. She had brown in her hair. You know how you get the brown hair dye around your hairline?
Yes.
So I was trying to wash that off for about 5 minutes. I got, the wipes that are specially made to wipe that off.
Yes.
And then she goes to me, "Oh, that's a birthmark."
Oh, you're trying to scrub off a woman's birthmark.
I know. Oh, my God. I was so embarrassed.
Emmeline, can I tell you, Emmeline, I connect with this story. My friend Jess, we were at a nightclub one night. The exact same thing happened to her. Jess had a skinful, so she wasn't really seeing clearly, but a woman walked out of the bathroom and she had what Jess thought was I don't know why she thought it was newspaper ink, but thought there was newspaper ink on her cheek, and then went over there and said, "Oh, sweetheart, you got something on your cheek," because proceeded to lick her finger
to rub it off.
And then rub it off, and that's when the girl said, "It's a birthmark." And I was right there for that. And I was embarrassed for Jess, so let alone
being the perpetrator.
Being the person that did it.
Emmeline.
Would destroy me.
I would never have. I would have left the industry. Did you continue on and become a hairdresser?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
Sweetheart. The hairdressing industry thanks you, and so do the clients.
That's too funny.
Oh, Emmeline, we love that. $200 cash. Uniquely Aussie experiences are only a what if away. Book your next trip on the What If app. What if it's Aussie for travel? Emmeline, take that, my friend.
Emmeline, some compensation for your trauma. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Well played.
Right. This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Nova's 100 grand or 100 in the hand. Thanks to Liberty. Loans for free thinkers. Got a grand idea? Free think your way to a home, car or personal loan with Liberty today. Eligibility and conditions apply.
We were just spinning around with Kylie Minogue, and Todd from Welshpool gave us a call. Good morning, Todd.
Good morning, guys. How are we?
Fantastic, Todd. Before we get stuck into it, Todd, Kylie Minogue spinning around. What would be your number one Kylie Minogue song, Todd?
Look, I can't go past Locomotion.
I knew you would go there. I knew you'd go there, Todd, and I'm with you.
The OG.
Yeah, my dad's a train driver. He loves that.
Yeah,
too.
you're a man of the classics, Todd.
Locomotion.
Well, you're in a good position, Todd, because you get to make the all-important decision. Two great choices. So on the one hand, you can put yourself into the running to win 100 grand tomorrow. So Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel are going to be calling somebody back tomorrow with $100,000.
Or you can walk away with $1,000 cash right in the hand.
Todd, what is your decision?
As much as I would like $100,000, I'm going to play it safe and take the 1,000. Thanks.
I mean, I think that's a solid decision, Todd.
Well done, Todd. And what are you going to do with your newfound wealth?
Well, it's this time of the year and all the bills are coming in, so I think I'll pay half on bills and then blow the half on the other half on something nice for myself.
Good on you, Todd.
A little treat yourself action, Todd. You deserve it.
I love that.
Well done, Todd. You enjoy spending that on yourself, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys. You have a great day.
No worries. I'm going to jump on Google. I'm going to Google things worth $500 and come up with a list for you, Todd.
Good on you, Nathan.
Thanks, Nathan.
No
Much
worries,
appreciated.
Or it could be something worth $250 and he could do it twice.
Oh, I could buy five $100 things.
Oh, stop it.
I don't
do you want
get
to
it.
join in?
No.
$10, $50
Math is
things.
my streets.
Kylie Minogue continues to be the featured artist for today. Ross will give you another crack at it after 9 o'clock. This is
Locomotion is not her best song. Listen to it. I know, in his opinion. But I know it's a good one, but it's not like...
I like it.
You know?
I think it's just...
That's her first pancake.
Yeah, but that's also what made us fall in love with Kylie.
Even at the time, I thought this is stupid. I did. I thought, what are you doing?
Brian will have
But then we're in days where girls are singing about umbrellas and we love it.
I was going to say. It's not the weirdest thing, is it?
It's not the weirdest thing now.
Nathan, Nat and Sean in podcast form.
God, it was a wild old day yesterday, wasn't it?
Oh, man. Full on.
That storm was unbelievable and very powerful very quickly. And we always hear the warnings from the Weather Bureau.
And
we
the
pulled the piss
RAC.
out of it yesterday, Nate. In the morning, we were like, it's not going to happen.
Well, because most of the time, I mean, you know, they say, you know, like, tie everything down. And then you do, and there was like a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a plastic chair falls
Yeah.
over, that's it.
Unbelievable. Up to 130 kilometre per hour winds yesterday.
And we didn't even get the worst of it. It was way worse further south.
Oh, well, Rockingham thought they had mini tornadoes and stuff there, which is where we're going to right now.
Well.
Okay, so
we're going to Rockingham. Amanda lives there. So Amanda was scrambling, as I think a lot of people were, because sometimes we don't believe the weather people.
No.
And we
Or
don't
the
think
RAC.
that we need to go out there and get everything sorted. So when the storm was happening, she realised, oh my God, this is getting full on. I've got to go out there and get the Bluetooth portable speaker that I've left out there. So she's gone out the front. She's grabbed a speaker. On the way back, her front patio came crashing down.
Oh.
Yeah. Partially hitting her as it collapsed. And Amanda didn't have a great time.
I think I'm lucky to be alive, really. It just sounded like a freight train coming, and just everything just started lifting, and then everything just went collapsed.
Right on her. She went straight inside. She was so shook that she got the children and hid them in the wardrobe from the storm. Imagine what those children are going through. That's going to be in those kids' memories forever, which is the time Mum put us in a wardrobe through a storm. Like that would have been a lot
then they ended up in Narnia and she hasn't seen it.
That's a great point.
That's John,
what's
high
with
five
that giant
with Mr.
lion?
Thomas. Mr. Thomas. So this is so then I was like going through all of the pictures, and then I saw another house, and they had to what were they named? Her name was Chantel, and she said, I just had to tie down our trampoline in Ashfield, and you could tell she went, oh well, this isn't going to happen. The storm's hit, the trampoline starts moving. She's run out there. She's gotten whatever rope she can find. She's tied it. Imagine on the back end of the trampoline, the yard. She's tied the rope there.
I know, you're trying to go, what not do I do?
And then she's taken it to one of the pillars on the back patio, which is right across the yard. And then the photo she's put up is the trampoline had lifted, and lucky she had tied it down.
Awesome.
That's insane. My thing as well is I saw 2 other pictures of trampolines. Do you reckon everyone's trampoline went through it yesterday?
I think
You've got to turn your trampoline upside down.
They're the easiest thing to win to catch on. And
Trampolines everywhere. Must have just been like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
We want to know yesterday's storm, okay? Why did you go out in it?
Yes.
And we don't mean that, you're out doing your work or whatever. You realise that you hadn't done something and you had to get out there and sort it right away, like tying down the trampoline, like getting a speaker. Maybe something was on the roof.
Yes.
And you had to go out yesterday. That was dangerous.
Shout out to the person in Palmyra who was just driving along and a tree fell down on their car.
Megan was right near that. She showed me, and then the lightning hit and she nearly followed through.
So it wasn't a good time.
You were safely inside, but you were forced to go out into the storm yesterday. Let us know the reason why. And you know what? We've got a couple of these to give away if we choose.
Very generous.
$150 Atlas fuel vouchers. Not bad. Find your local WA owned and operated fuel supplier at atlasfuel.com.au.
Right. Did you have to go out in the thick of that storm yesterday to tie the trampoline down or something? Hit us up.
We're talking about trampolines. My mate Popey, who lives in Esperance, said
it's windy at the best of times, but it got wild yesterday.
He was at home, and then he thought, wait, they heard a big bang outside, and he thought, wait, that was my daughter Asher's just gotten home. So he went out into the garage at the back way, and then he saw that the garage door was still down, and it wasn't Asher, and then he looked in the driveway, and this trampoline had flown from 2 houses away.
Whoa!
From 2 houses away into his driveway, and then you can't get the cars out.
It's such an amazing.
It looks like it's maybe wedged.
Every bad weather day, you always see the trampolines. It's amazing how many people actually have
that's
trampolines.
the day they choose to take flight.
Oh, sorry, you've been the recent person to buy a trampoline. Yeah. Do trampolines not come with ground pegs?
No, they don't have pegs because that would be metal legs.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? Another good idea.
Yeah.
That you won't follow through in.
No.
Yep. Sophie's in Yanchep. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, Sophie.
Did you cop it yesterday, Soph?
Yeah, so I was actually sleeping from night shift, dead to the world. Didn't even hear the storm. I just heard my dog howling. She was fine. She was inside, just doesn't like the noise. And I had this thought, I've not put the egg chair on, lying down.
Not the egg chair.
I don't care about the egg chair. I care about the window that it's next to, and I didn't want it to smash.
Yes.
So as I'm going outside, I don't even know what time of day it was. I lie it down, and we've got fairy lights attached to the patio, and the clip has come undone and whacked me right in the eyeball.
You got attacked by fairy lights.
Fairy lights.
It was so painful because I was so tired. I've never felt nothing like it.
Because you know what? You don't have your wits about you, and you've gone into some Armageddon-like
Yes, and you're focusing on the egg chair. You're not expecting to be attacked by fairy lights.
Bloody fairy lights. And then they try to strangle her. It's full
Oh,
on.
Sophie, we're sorry.
Oh, my God.
That's a lot. That's a lot to take
Are you
on.
okay now?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just on my way home from night shift and I'm going to sleep through today. If the dog howls, I'll just tell it, it's all right, it's all right. Nothing. I'm not going
Well,
out.
the weather's calmed down a lot today. So
Sophie, you a nurse or something, are you?
I am, I'm a nurse.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Doing all
your
the
service.
hard yards and then got that when you get home.
I never put egg chairs into the mix.
No, that's right. When they start blowing
There's
around.
so many around.
Exactly.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, Jess, did you have to go out in it yesterday?
Yes, I did a very good sister thing, and I went out in the storm to drive my sister up to an appointment pretty far away.
Yeah.
And when we got there, she couldn't even have it done. So,
Why not? What do you mean? Because of the weather?
yeah, no, because she had an operation and the medication she was on meant that she couldn't have the other thing done.
So you drove all that way
in the weather
for no
with,
reason.
With my 3-year-old, I have never driven more like a nana in my life.
Oh, you got it. I was out in the roads a lot yesterday, and geez, you put some concentration
it was
on.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
It was when the storm was at its peak at about 10:20.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was driving at that time, and I was telling Sean that we've been doing these exercises in here. What do you call them? These body bridge situations?
I think we're calling them walkouts.
Anyway, whatever it is, you're sort of like creating a bridge with your body, and then you're on your toe. You've got your toes, sort of, your feet are up on your toes.
Yep.
My toes are so sore at the moment, and yesterday when we were driving in the thick of that storm, both of my feet cramped up. And you need brakes and acceleration, of course.
Or one or the other.
So, like, literally, my car just rolled to the side, and then I turned down a side street. Luckily, someone let me through, because that was I felt actually in danger yesterday. Because that is, you need your wits about you now.
Oh, and your feet.
2 feet.
Well, at least one functioning
At least one
You
foot.
can get by without one,
Yes.
but the other one, you do need it. Thanks, Jess. Heather's in Two Rocks. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Heather.
Hi, Heather. Were you bearing the brunt of the storm yesterday? What happened?
Yeah, as it started pouring down yesterday, we got a knock on the door, and the neighbour's standing there dripping wet, and we say, "Oh, what's wrong? Are you okay?" And she's like, "Oh, your chicken's out the front." So we've got 6 chickens.
Yes.
One we just call the escape artist.
Yeah.
So we're not too bothered. But because she had come over in the pouring rain, we had to go out and get soaking wet and try catch the little bugger.
So on any other day, you wouldn't have worried, but because the neighbour had put their life on the line, you felt obliged to go out there and catch it. Oh,
But I have to tell you, one strategically placed lightning bolt, and you've got dinner for the night.
It's chicken treat time.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. Thanks, Heather.
Good on you, Heather. We've got a $150 Atlas fuel voucher up for grabs. In fact, we've got 2. Find your local WA-owned and operated fuel supplier, atlasfuel.com.au. One's going to go to Sophie for the egg chair and the fairy lights. And Heather, chasing the chickens.
There you go.
One to
There
you
we
two.
go. Well done.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Sip and savour your way through the Swan Valley and try something new at Entwined in the Swan Valley. Book now at entwinedinthevalley.com.au.
Here we go. Time to play a round of Flash Foods. Indeed, the last round, where all our teams need to do is identify the food item on the flashcard from the 3-word clue provided by their teammate.
Easier said than done. Megan wants to be a part of this. Good morning, Megan.
Morning, team.
Hi, Megan. What a thrill, Megan, being first, because you get to choose between Adam Gilchrist and Sean McManus. I mean, who do you choose?
I mean, it's tough because Gilly's never played it and Sean sucks at it.
So you got to go on you got to go on history, don't you?
What's it going to be? Who do you want to team up with, Megan?
Oh, it's going to have to be Gilly, please.
Oh, you got it.
There we
You
go.
got it. That's just meant to be because I accidentally touched the screen
Yes.
with
I
the
knew
caller
that.
screen, and it was your name, Megan, so I'm glad you've shown that.
He literally picked you out of everyone.
Yeah.
That's right.
Meant
So
to be.
I have to go with him, really.
Good
I have
choice.
to.
It's fate. Brad from South Perth, hello.
How you going, guys? And I would have chose Sean.
You
Go
would
Dockers.
not, Brad.
Go Dockers, Brad.
No one chooses to lose.
Sorry, Brad, you're breaking up there, mate.
You've got to change his luck at some time.
You're right, you're right. And to be honest, Gilly literally just before we came on was going, say, how do we play this?
Yes.
I've got to say, though, this isn't a game of luck. It's a game of skill, and that's where I fall down.
But you're only as good as your partner.
That's right. So Megan and
Come on,
Gilly are going to be going first. Nathan is in charge of the flashcards.
Okay.
You will have a minute to get as many as you can. Gilly, you can pass at any time. So if you look at it and go, I can't describe that in 3 words, pass and move on to the next one.
All right.
Megan, you can have as many guesses as you like, or you can pass as well, okay?
And we've got to get as many
in a minute.
food items as we can.
Yeah.
Think about that example Nathan gave you a second ago and stay on that line.
Yeah.
All right.
All
we
right.
ready?
Your time starts now.
White.
Yes, keep going.
Liquid.
Milk.
Chips.
Yes.
Potato.
No, that's...
No, pass. We'll go.
Pass, okay,
That was
we
really
need to
good.
get
White
one.
liquid chips.
Sticky. Amber colour. Toast.
Oh, that's 4 words.
That was honey. What about
Bees make it, yeah.
Oh. Soft drink. Black.
Coke.
Yeah. Yellow. Citrus.
Yes.
Lemon.
Yes.
A pass.
Pickles.
Oh, that...
Oh, no, pass. Green. Vegetable. Tree.
Yes.
Broccoli.
Yes.
Round. Whole. Bread.
Bagel.
There we go.
Score!
That was 4. That was a good score.
Is that all right? I've
Yeah,
not got
slow
score.
start.
Yeah, I've got 4 from that.
Slow
Well
start, but you get
done,
there.
well
When
done,
we hit honey, I was a bit worried.
I know.
Sorry, I
Because you could have said, bees make it.
fluffed one up because I threw an extra word in there.
No,
the
that's
bees.
good. That was
Yeah.
No, you've done very well.
Okay.
What I
so
like is the stress
score
on your mind.
For Sean and Brad.
Sorry,
is
I didn't
4.
clarify. What do they? Who wins? What do they win?
They're winning the paint and sip at Black Swan Winery. If you and a friend,
right.
plus $250 gift card, plus $500 cash.
Okay. Oh, well,
All
don't
for
stuff it
Entwined
up,
in the
Sean.
Swan Valley.
We got 4 on the board.
Did
Go
you
for
used
it.
to have prizes like that on your show?
Prizes.
Valued at $1,000. Gilly. Okay.
Brad, so
Sean
now
and
it's
Brad.
you. Now it's
Go
you,
on, Brad,
Brad.
go on, Brad.
Now remember, Brad, you can pass at any time. You've got to beat 4. You've got to beat 4.
Couscous, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, fair dinkum, Amy.
come on. Marcel Marceau here, is it?
Yeah. All right, ready?
Okay, Brad and Sean, your time starts now.
Grant Kenny, Iron Man.
Nutri-Grain.
Yeah!
Oh, okay, we'll pay it.
Yeah.
Confectionery on a stick.
That's
No,
4 words.
That's a lollipop.
Green paste hot.
Wasabi.
Yes.
Pass.
Joking? That was Milo.
Oh, Jesus, I was reading wrong. Vegetarian rubber white.
Tofu.
Yes.
Oh, great effort.
Pass.
Jelly beans.
Hey, stick with me.
Easy.
Seafood.
What is it?
Tentacles.
Octopus.
Around.
No.
You're close. You're close.
Squid.
Why didn't you say
He said
calamari,
squid.
Sean?
He said squid. He did say squid.
Did he
did
say squid?
He did say squid. So it's tied up. So we go to a tiebreaker.
Sure. Did you
Okay.
4?
Yeah, that was 4.
It didn't look like 4,
Yeah.
did it, Gil? It was 4.
No.
Hey, well done, Brad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
well done.
I
That was
think
good.
we
I read Milko, but that's
Yeah.
my...
Good description from you,
Milko.
Sean.
Okay.
I read
It
Milko.
was Milo. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Do you
Okay.
want me to read out a
Yeah.
description using
Okay.
3 words and the first one out of Gilly and Sean to guess?
Okay, yes.
Ooh,
Okay.
Right, okay.
All right.
All right, let me have a look. Oh,
How you feeling, Megan?
okay.
Nervous.
So it's
Brad's
on,
sticking in there, though.
it's on Gilly
Okay.
and Sean's
Need another
shoulders.
prairie
Oh,
fire.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
Oh, we're not going to see it. You're just going to read it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Nathan's going to give you the 3-word clue. The first one of you two to guess it correctly wins
Yeah.
for your partner.
You ready? Mm-hmm. China leaf bag.
Oh my God, are you serious?
China leaf
leaf
bag.
bag.
Buzz in with your name if you know
I was
it.
going to... rice paper roll.
No. No.
Money
Are they
bag. What are
serious?
those money bag things called? No.
No.
China.
Think about sayings. What sayings say have China in it? China, leaf, bag.
Spring roll.
No.
Can I
answer it?
Can I do it? Do I roll a fourth word?
Let's go another one.
Let's go another word.
Go a different one. That was tea, obviously.
That was tea. All the tea in China.
Tea bag, tea leaves.
I would have
What do
gone
you
something
mean,
from
no?
Sri Lanka for tea. That's where Sri
All
Lanka's
the tea in
Yes.
China.
Salon,
The
yeah.
signing. They're saying all the tea in China?
Nah, never heard of it, mate.
Okay, Nathan, another one.
Didn't live there.
So you're going to buzz in with your name
Righto.
if you know it,
Okay.
okay?
Ready?
Right up.
Aussie burger vegetable.
Sean,
Yeah.
pineapple.
No.
Is that a vegetable?
Aussie burger.
Oh, my God, what is wrong with these people?
Aussie burger vegetable. What goes in an Aussie burger?
Beetroot.
Buzz in with your name.
Sean.
Yes, Sean.
Oh.
Sean?
Sean.
If you can't beat an egg, beat a root.
Are we giving you that?
Well,
No, you can beat an egg, but you
Are we? You can beat an egg. Wait, no. No, are we giving a nut? Because I yelled out what goes on a burger. Are we giving a nut? Because there's a prize up for grabs.
oh, are you saying he shouldn't get it?
Do we?
don't want to
Amy?
give it
We go to Amy, she's the official.
Is that
judge.
fair? Is that fair? That Sean wins that?
I think so.
Okay, then
Okay.
cool.
Brad, you've won.
Well done, Brad.
You've won
Brad.
that paint and sip at Black Swan Winery for you and a friend, plus a $250 gift card and $500
beat an
cash. Brad,
Thank you so much. Thanks,
I
very
mean, we
good.
crawled to the end, but we got there.
Wow, Brad, look at that, everybody.
Yes.
See, it's always good to put money on the horse that's never going to win.
I know, isn't it just?
well done,
that
Brad.
was
Well
like,
done, Megan.
that
Well done,
was a
Gilly.
race
Yeah.
to the bottom between
stuff.
you two.
How about the
No,
T
I
one?
didn't know.
I know, they just
was
stared
cheers.
into the difference.
What are you talking about?
Terrible, mate.
No, but I
Amazing
could have done
clue.
English breakfast or something like that. But I thought, no, I want you guys want to be a bit of a battle.
Yes.
It's
Leaf.
amazing how obvious it is when
Yes,
you know
When
it.
you know it.
Also, Gilly, I didn't know it,
Come on.
and I found it very
Who-
obvious.
Did you know what it was,
For
Harry?
all those people in the car listening,
Originally, my thoughts were bok choy, but then I got to tea.
Yeah.
Not quick enough.
Okay, bok choy.
Anyway,
let's
that was really great.
Let's workshop couscous in the break.
Yeah.
What would that be?
Let's workshop your description of vinegar as
I
well.
got couscous. Shit to eat.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
Now, we're about to go on a break for
Yeah.
a little bit over a week.
Right.
Week
We
and a
know how you get when we go on a break. You get really angry at us. You follow us in the streets and scream, when are you coming back at work? And then also, the one complaint we get is, but you're not giving me any stuff. So
we're
we're
gonna
going to
give you
give
some stuff.
one last thing before we go on
But
break.
it's a good one.
Yes.
This is a great thing.
Now, I don't know if you know of a little thing called the Perth Royal Show.
No, tell me more.
Well, we're going to be giving away a kids' Luna Park at Perth Royal Show Family Adventure.
But what does that mean?
You got to make sure that you and the kids check out Kids Luna Park at perthroyalshow.com.au.
There's a lot
this
here.
is what you're getting, Sean.
One family pass is entry of 4, which is awesome. 20 rides at Kids Luna Park. 20. 10 games at Kids Luna Park.
What else?
5 show bags.
I'm hungry.
Popcorn and fairy floss.
There
That's
you
for
go.
you, Natalie.
How
Floss
good's
from
that?
fairies.
I know. We did have to floss lots of fairies to
did.
get that bucket full.
Yeah, and they're hard to catch.
They are.
13, 24, 10.
Who are we giving it to, Sean?
Call it 2.
Call it 2?
What?
2.
Hey, mate.
That's the number. This is a big deal.
I don't make the numbers up.
It's like you hate caller 1 and number 3.
Hello,
So
Ross.
strange.
That is a really good prize.
Isn't it just?
Isn't it?
I know you want to keep it
Oh,
for
Ross
your
is caller
family.
2. Hello, Ross.
You're a family of 4.
Oh, the
This
boy's
makes
going to
sense.
love it.
I was just looking at show bags. He wants a Spidey show bag. It's like
Yeah.
$35 and you get like Spidey socks.
You're on the big
and-
bucks, though. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah, you're
all
the
the money.
most well-paid person in the building.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, you guys are away from tomorrow. I
Yes.
step into your show tomorrow.
Yeah, do whatever
Yes.
you want. We don't care.
Yeah.
I get the $1,000. So
Yes.
with the
I know we're
To give
taking that.
away.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.